You're not tired. You're not stuck. You're not broken. You're scared. Scared to fail. Scared to fall. Scared of looking weak. Of being laughed at. Of hearing "I told you so." You know what that fear is? It's a liar. A thief. A cage. It's the voice that's been choking your potential for years. And you've been letting it. But not anymore. Because what if failure isn't the end? What if it's the beginning? You've been lied to since you were a kid. Taught to believe failure is fatal. That if you fall, you're finished. But here's the truth. Failure is the path. Failure is the training ground. Failure is the forge. The ones who make it, the ones who rise, aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who charge it down, eyes open, fists clenched. They fall harder, they fail faster, and they learn quicker. They know something most men don't. Failure doesn't break you. Fear does. You weren't built to play it safe. You weren't built to be a spectator. You were built to swing when your hands shake, to move when your gut screams run. And that voice in your head right now, the one whispering, "What if you're not enough?" It's not your protector. It's your prison guard. I knew a guy, bright, driven, sharp as hell, but he sat on his dream for years, scared it wouldn't work, scared he'd fail, and prove the world right. One day, he snapped, said, "I'd rather fall flat chasing something real than die safe and invisible." He launched, failed, humiliated, but he didn't stop. He learned, he adapted, he refused to bow. By year 2, 6 figures. By year 3, he hired the guy who once signed his paycheck. I asked him what changed. You know what he said? "I stopped waiting to not be scared." That's it. That's the truth. You've been running from failure like it's a monster. But you know what failure really is? It's a mirror. It shows you who you are. It shows you how bad you want it. It separates the talkers from the doers. You weren't born to play small. You weren't built for comfort. You weren't meant to die with your best ideas still inside you. And if you keep letting fear lead, that's exactly what'll happen. But if you step toward it, if you lean into the pain, you unlock something most men never touch. Power. Fear wants you to wait. Fear wants you to plan it to death. Fear wants you to overthink your greatness. But fear is just noise. It doesn't need to go away. You need to move through it. You don't need confidence. You need action. You don't need guarantees. You need grit. You don't need perfect timing. You need to decide. Because the men who win, they're not the ones who had it all figured out. They're the ones who were willing to look stupid, willing to risk falling flat, willing to be seen trying while everyone else played it safe. I've been there too, staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., feeling like I was drowning in my own potential. Frozen, afraid, not because I didn't want it, but because some part of me believed the fear more than I believed in myself, until I realized fear wasn't my enemy. It was my signal. It meant I was exactly where I needed to be. You remember what I said? What if failure isn't the end? It's not. It's the beginning of the real you, the one who doesn't flinch, the one who swings when his knees are shaking, the one who moves anyway. So stop dressing fear up as logic. Stop pretending perfection is coming. It's not. You're either moving or rotting. Decide. Right now, take the risk. Speak up. Start the thing. Walk into the fire. Because the man who fears failure, he never leaves the cage. But the one who walks through it, he becomes unbreakable. And if you're that man, if this hits something in your gut, subscribe. Not because it's a button, but because this is your line in the sand. Drop a comment. Tell me what fear you're done with. And send this to a man who needs to remember what he's made of. Let's move. Let's bleed. Let's build. Right now.